you doing? My name is Jim Riley, and for the last 10 years I've been the drummer and musical director for Rascal Flatts. And I'm a proud Gibraltar user. Been using this stuff since I bought my first rack in about 1992, 1993. This year's kind of interesting. A lot of you probably heard that we had a big flood down there in Nashville, and a lot of my rack stuff that I was using over the last couple of years got either marginalized or destroyed in the flood. And so what I did this year was I actually pulled out my rack from 2006 and combined it with some of my original, 1992, 1993, whenever that was, that I bought that rack. And because I've got a pretty large setup out there this year. I've actually, I'll tell you guys the story because it's funny and it's relevant. So a couple of years ago, Greg Lohman and I were touring together, and he was doing the two kick drum thing. He had a 22 and an 18, and I thought, man, that's pretty cool. I said, I want to do something like that. And so I was going to do it, but it didn't work out on the last tour, and so I was going to do it this tour. And lo and behold, Greg was back out with us. So I didn't want to look like a complete idiot and do exactly what he was doing. So what I did was I said, well, I can't do 2 bass drums, but I can do 4 bass drums. So what I did was I did 2 24s and 2 20s, and I've got the right hand, as I'm looking at it, 20-inch bass drum on a Gibraltar remote pedal that the guys out on the West Coast whipped up for me. I'm actually using the Gibraltar Intruder double pedal there. So my rack system is pretty extensive. You guys will see some pictures of it, but I'm pretty happy with it. It's been great. The cool thing about the nature of Gibraltar rack systems, and it's just truly modular. I mean, you can anything you dream about, you can build. I mean, any crazy angles you want to do. I mean, the team at Gibraltar is always coming up with some new funky thing that's making somebody's rack dream a reality. Right now, of course, because I've got 4 bass drums, I'm spanning across all 4 drums. But the racks always have allowed me to put everything where I need it. And when you're touring, the thing, especially with a really big setup that we're doing right now, the consistency from night to night. I'm lucky enough to have a fantastic drum tech, Craig Kralicki, that sets up all my stuff every night, and the Gibraltar rack system allows him to get everything back to the same position within a fraction of an inch, so that I can just walk right up and I mean, it's perfect every time. And that's one of the things that makes Gibraltar rack system so appealing for touring, and why you see so many of the top artists using them. I've got a new book out with Hal Leonard. It's on the Nashville number system. That's a pretty interesting subject. I think anybody who's in a band and is looking for a better way to communicate with the other musicians in their band, I think that it's a great book for that. If you want to check that out, that's on the NashvilleNumberSystem.com. And other than that, you can catch me out here on tour. You can always catch our tour dates, RascalFlatts.com. We're going to have a bunch of television dates, so you can look for those either on RascalFlatts.com or on my own website. If you ever want to hit me up and talk about Gibraltar racks or whatever, you can find me at JimRileyMusic.com. So thanks for listening. We'll see you out there.